All right. So it is Friday, and this is kind of like our debrief. Mike and I would typically do this just in conversation. We're just putting it on video for the purpose of the channel because I think each week flies by, and yeah, it's just good to check in and see how things have gone. How's it been for you, mate? Start there.
Well, yeah, for me, it's been good. It's been good. There's been a couple of things that have hit me that I weren't expecting, like an ill 3-year-old.
Oh, bless.
So Wednesday, Thursday, I've had her for up until like 2:00. Then when Emma gets home, I can jump into the office and get on with my work. So that's been a bit of a curveball. And typically, like most weeks anyway, I mean, I've got 4 kids, so most weeks it's clubs and ferrying people around at whatever time. So luckily I work from home. So, I think if I was employed in London or something, I'd be in trouble. There's just no way that I'd be able to do it. So yeah, lucky with that. But the thing that I set out to do at the beginning of this week with the hour session that we had, actually managed to do quite well with it.
Okay, that's good.
So I set out to do a UI kit for a particular tool that I'm building for a client. And part of that job was to basically just let them know where we are, ensure that what we're doing is what they're expecting to receive at the end of the project. So with it, because obviously, I don't know, we haven't probably said, but my business day to day is AI transformation as a business and a consultancy, as well as building web tools and things like that. So part of that process allowed me to use AI to my benefit and create a prototype to deliver that as the UX and the user experience for those that aren't in my industry. So that particular thing, I had the call yesterday and they loved it. So for me, it was a relief because I was able to show what it was that they're going to receive in the finite time that I actually had to develop it, with the, all of the personal things going on at the same time. So yeah, it's been productive. Just not what I was expecting it to be. So yeah, my calendar where you block out time didn't even work because it just, things come up. But that's me. How has it been for you?
It's been all right, mate, to be honest. Yeah, it's been a good week. I mean, like a lot of my time, really, I get so many for my obviously my business is centered around my main channel, which is the YouTube channel. So each week I'll get like companies who want to sponsor or do this and do that, and half the time I just can't be bothered. I've had a couple of meetings this week, which one of them has turned into a client, which is great, which is nice because I can say, okay, we've got a bit of money coming in there. But others that I've spoken to, one of them wanted me to do something for free, and I'm like, why? Why?
I'm with you on that.
There's this misconception that if you're on social media or on YouTube or something like that, they can talk you into doing free work, and I'm like, I'm not in that space anymore.
Bills.
Of course, not even that, mate. I'm 5 years deep now. You know what I mean? I'm 5 years deep into
You're
content
not doing
creation.
it for a portfolio piece, are you? Yeah.
No, not at all. And it's like, I understand. And it was weird actually because the person who was asking me, she's trying to land a big client. So it was like, we're both business owners. If you can do this for me when they sign off budget, then in the new year we'll be able to do more work. And I'm like, I get it, but that's your
in that
time.
though. Funnily enough, although we're in totally different industries and sectors, there are similar things that happen to me, and it's often a thing that I do the same as you, where it's like I'm not doing free pitches, I'm not doing things where it's like, I've got to pay my bills, and time that's being sunk into a potential project isn't a good use of my time often. Sometimes it makes sense if they're a big brand, and, for me, if I'm building a website, for example, and I've got my name at the bottom of their site, I've actually had situations where others have seen their site and wanted the same sort of thing and then got in touch. So it's worked out that way. But other times, like what you just described, it might be something where you can have a conversation like, okay, if I do this, I want an element of equity working with that particular client so that your risk is shared and not just seen as like, I'll do this for you, and if you win, I may get other work. No, it's if you win, I'm benefiting immediately from the budget that gets signed off. And I think that conversation there, where there's a shared risk to try and get something that she's opened up to you as, if I get this, it's gonna win me something. So then it should win you the same.
Yeah,
If you're putting
that's
the
true.
effort in, so shared effort, shared
Yeah.
reward. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. The way we ended it was, look, I can't do it for free, because I think where she was trying to win a client, she wanted to use the channel and what we were discussing as a showpiece to the client. And I'm like,
Right.
I get
But that's your work
how,
and your expertise.
and it's not even that. It's me actually putting a brand in front of my trusted audience, and they
Mm,
then get reward off that. And there's no
right.
guarantee to say that in New Year they'll say like, oh yeah, well, actually we do want to press on and do some budgeting. So it's like, if for example, if you came to me with that proposition and I knew you, I'd be like,
Mm.
yeah, let's do it. No problem at all. No debate. But
So
it's like,
there's a trust element
it's
as well.
there's a trust element there, but there is
Sure.
no history at all. We don't know each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And that's the first encounter. I was kind of like, well, no. But I think this is something that I think is common in business as
The
well.
only reason why I bring up the equity thing is because I'm seeing more and more agencies add a sort of like almost like a venture capitalist type arm to their business. And it's not done in a way that's, will give you funding. Some are, but some of it is, if we develop this brand for you, then we have an element of equity in that brand. So we'll work with you as a payment in sweat, right? So they get they get their equity based on the sweat that they put in, rather than getting a payment. Now, I don't know the full ins and outs of your conversation, but in that conversation, for me, it sounds like an opportunity that maybe could be, look, rather than me doing this for you and potentially earn out of it, why not tell me what the client that you're trying to secure, and I take a percentage of that client if it wins. If it doesn't, neither of us win. But if it does, we both win, and sign a contract that says if they win that contract, it's a slice of it is yours. I just think I'm bringing it up really for potential audience members might see it as another way to do work that allows future pay without it being as a result of, you want that pay to be a result of the effort you put in now, not as a result of, I've done the effort, now I've got a connection with you, and now I might get work. I think that's where it kind of falls off, because you could just go to, like, you could see it that she's gone to you with this potential, do this for her. Oh, it didn't work out, and actually I don't see a future in some of the extra work, and then go to another creator and do the same thing. And that part
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
it, I feel, is where there's a disconnect. But if you could sign something that says, listen, if I put this work in now and you win that contract, part of that contract includes me in it. And that, I think, is an opportunity for some.
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right on that point. Definitely, for sure, as an option. I think just speaking to her, I think because she has an agency of her own. Well, she's just launched her agency, to be fair. She's
Mm,
now wanting to work with financial services brands with publicity and getting
mm,
more eyeballs on what they do. I mean, I've got a huge issue anyway with introducing financial institutions to my
yeah, of
audience,
course. Yeah,
because
because then you're
I want to
showing that you
know.
trust them. Yeah,
Yeah, and I want to know that this company isn't doing anything dodgy. And I raised
sure.
that with her, and she was like, I don't really want to get. She didn't basically want me to have a conversation with the brand about what they're doing and what they're selling, like I would normally do my due diligence. She goes, I think that
Of
would be a
course.
bit too in depth for what we're doing. I'm like, but that means I'm putting myself at risk and my audience at risk and my reputation,
Yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah.
if it turns out that these guys are, little
Yeah, and your
scammers in
channel
the background.
lives on your reputation. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That's
And there's an
fair.
element of, if I wasn't, I'm in the financial space, so anything that I introduce in the financial space, if people end up losing money, it's very, very different if I was just in the fashion space or,
Of course.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
There is no real detriment or risk, but she
yeah.
didn't really see
But
that. And I was
also
like, you
on
know
top
what?
of that, even if, the fact that she didn't see that is the red flag, and, that, so, that's your gut feel. If you get your
Mm,
gut feel from there is a no, right? So,
yeah.
okay. So that was something that happened, but didn't happen. Um,
Yeah.
Anything else
But
that sort
other,
of crops up this week?
well, as you know, I need to refresh my course for the new year. And I found an amazing place here in Dubai. The thing is, right, this is the frustrating thing about Dubai. People will advertise something, you'll phone them, they won't pick up. You'll email them,
Yeah,
you don't get anything back. And
nothing.
I found this
Yeah.
beautiful studio that has like a interactive glass. It would be amazing for what I want to do on the course side. But yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from them, and that was on Monday.
Oh, fair enough.
So
To be honest, I don't
4 weeks.
think that's a Dubai thing. I think that's an anything. Often, people receive emails and they just don't respond immediately. That's weird. Is there no
Yeah.
like phone number you can't get in contact with them that way?
Oh no, rang them 3 times, no answer. Left a message once,
They don't want your
nothing.
business, mate.
I know, right? Yeah, frustrating. But otherwise, other than that, the week has gone. The week has gone okay. Yeah, the week has gone okay. Feeling a little bit under the weather yesterday. Should have got a gym in yesterday. I was too stacked out to
You
do
poor
anything
thing.
yesterday. So I think maybe gym tomorrow, just to be able to
That's good
catch
for
up with
you. I mean, I
stuff.
started going to the gym and that didn't even hit this week at all. There was just no, there's no gaps at all to hit. Like before this call as well, I said to you, I'm running late. My thing was I had a business call that ended at 1:45. We were supposed to go on at 2:00. It ended at 1:45. And in that gap, I needed to go and get, yeah, he won't watch this. Not yet, at least anyway. But my eldest son, Kobe,
Yeah,
it's his
he will
birthday
be
on
watching.
Monday.
He'll be
He
watching
won't watch
later.
tonight. He'll watch another time. He'll be too busy playing computer games with his mates. But yeah, I had to go and pick up his bike for his birthday. So in that time, I was like driving. I called you, like I'm in a rush. You know, so I gone and
Does
picked up the
does he
bike,
does he know he's
got
getting a
back,
bike?
rushed in. No, he doesn't know yet.
Okay,
No,
right. So he needs not see this before Monday.
no, he can't see this before Monday. He won't. He's got a busy weekend. It's fine.
Good.
And I'll shut his YouTube down on his phone anyway, so he can't watch it.
Yeah.
Just put a blocker on it. So yeah, no, that was that. Everything seems like a mad rush this week. So it's been, working round the clock on a few different projects. My main project that I spoke about just a minute ago was needed for Thursday. There's another project that I'm working on that needs to be delivered fully by next Friday. So I'm working on that at the moment as well. At the same time, I'm, I guess, hot at the press, but no one really cares. No one knows me enough to kind of see it this way. But I'm merging what I do on the agency that I run into the AI company that I run, so that they become the same brand essentially. So it's easier to talk about the brand to potential clients. So I've got to work on a new website for that. And then obviously on my own YouTube channel that's in its very infant stages, I'm developing more scripts that I want to shoot, but need to find the time to actually shoot,
Sure. Yeah.
stupid things like get a haircut so I'm not like just rocking up out of bed, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot on the plate, and a few things naturally fell off. But luckily nothing that was high risk. So yeah, everything that I set out to do and everything that was expected of me got done. It's just my own stuff that, and this is the issue, right? We kind of place our own things, our own sort of branding, our own anything that we need to do for ourselves, we kind of place to the bottom of the pile. When actually, I've learned in my experience that actually needs to be moved up the pile so that we can generate more business to then keep busy. So yeah, I need to take some of my own advice and prioritize some of my stuff a bit better than I have so far this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have a weekend off though this time.
Yeah,
because
good.
it'd be
You
rude
should,
of me
mate.
to not spend the time with Kobe at least.
Of course, mate. You need to get a little balance. I mean, most of my client stuff was done this week, delivered as usual, right on the tail end of that
Oh yeah.
deadline. But they got what was necessary. Actually, just had an email back from one of them as well. But I still need to do a little bit of work for them next week, just in terms of shooting before things actually go live. But most of the stuff is now in for compliance approval. So once that's in, it's then just a case of posting and then shooting for the final round. But everything there is pretty much done. I can't believe, mate, like it's going to be the end of November. We're mid-November right now. And then we're rolling into December. It's going to be Christmas. And that, like in my head, just even thinking about that, the whole course thing that I need to record, I need to pull my finger out on that massively
You
because we're
do.
going away to Egypt
When are you
second
going
week
there?
in December.
What,
8th to
for
the
Christmas and New Year? Or
No, we're going to do a week in Egypt because we want to go see the pyramids. It's only 4.5 hours from where we are right now. 4 hours, 15 minutes. So we want to see the pyramids, do the Nile. So we're going to do that for a week. That's going to be the 8th to the 15th. So that week is out. And then we come back and it's going to be into the Christmas period. So I need to get
yeah,
cracking with the content recording for the course, ready for launch around New Year's resolutions and financial resolutions as well in
yeah.
2026.
Well,
That's mad
equally
to be talking about
the
2026.
toolkit is on the list as well, right? So yeah, time
Yes.
is ticking for a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that I've kind of not been having my eye on December at all. And it wasn't until the other day where I was in a shop and heard some Christmas music and I thought, oh, crap, we're getting close. And then I started getting the sprinkling of emails like, are you around on such and such a date for a Christmas catch up? And yeah, and then before you know it, the calendar's starting to fill up. And then naturally over Christmas, no one's doing anything. So it starts to die down. So really, you need to kind of get your invoices in early
Yeah.
December to get paid before people break up for a couple of
Yeah.
weeks off. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of a rush, I think. And then naturally, obviously, is Black Friday stuff at the moment, which gets everyone flustered and trying to rush things through. People realizing they forgot to do stuff and
Yeah.
wanting brand stuff done quite quick. So yeah, a lot of it, I'd say, is reactive. And that's why no week's the same. But I'm hoping to try and sort of create some organization, which is difficult for me. I mean, I've hit 40 now, mate, and I'm still not organized. And I get told all the time. So I don't know. I might be trying to go on this journey of being more organized and it never happens. But this is a new thing that we're doing now that hopefully will force me to be organized, at least
Yeah.
for Monday for an hour and for Friday check-ins. So at least for that period of time, I'll be organized. But for the rest of it,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, the message you sent me after obviously that first hour, like I think, like I said, I used a focus group to write the book in 23, December of 22, and it was hugely impactful just in terms of having that focus time to really kind of like put your head down, get through your task, and no excuses. You've got people around you was really really useful. So it might be a question of once we start building an audience here and it becomes quite a popular thing, we could think about how we can maybe introduce that more frequently, or maybe for
Yeah.
longer for some sessions as well, just
Yeah,
for the benefit because it really does help.
it did help. So much so I told others about it as well, because for me, it was like, it's such a simple thing, but look, this is on my desk, right? This is an egg timer, I guess. And this has been on my desk, and I tried it once because I saw someone else going, yeah, stick that on for an hour, and when it buzzes, take a break.
Was it a
Honestly,
TikTok or a YouTube?
it was something like, it would have been a YouTube or an Instagram or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen a few people using it. And honestly, I'm sure it works for some people that don't have that sort of chaotic brain that's like jumping all over the place on loads of different things at a given moment. But that for me just didn't do it. But it's the same principles for our hour focus that we've done so far just this Monday. And obviously, hopefully after the weekend, we'll do it again. And it's the same thing. Like, we set the time for an hour, put the backing music on, and head down. But the difference being is it's not me holding myself to account. Just that I can lie to myself, the same way that I've been able to justify certain purchases that I shouldn't have made. All of those things, you can kind of tell yourself, yeah, it's fine. No one will know. You didn't spend the whole hour, or, the buzz is gone and you're still sort of messing around on something else. But when you're sort of being held to account on this type of call where you're going, okay, so Mike, how did you get on? And then you're telling me how you got on, and I was like, I was on something else. It doesn't work the same way. So it's good because it kind of like gets you into that focus mode more so than a simple timer. If you're disciplined, fine, you might be able to use that timer. But if you're like me and you're not disciplined enough, and you sort of just you procrastinate easily, for my job as well, I'm on YouTube sometimes, like looking at other things, and it's very easy to kind of get into that algorithm.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, that's something. And then, I don't know about you, mate, but when I'm going on YouTube, I'll hold command and I'll click, and there'll be like multiple videos lined up in the tabs. And I'll just go, right, I'm going to go through all of those ones. And then once I finish that, I'm done. But then before you know it, you're back at the homepage where it's like, what other videos? Honestly,
mate, I do
that's
that
where this hour works really well. Yeah.
I do that all the time, particularly because I'm on YouTube, and obviously I try to have a look and see what other YouTubers are doing in my space and what topics are trending and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I can end up being on there for like 2-3 hours, and I'm like, what have I just done for the past 2-3 hours? And I go on to something else. But, I think that right there is the perfect pitch for what we're doing. It's, if you're a small business owner, or you're a solopreneur working alone in your own business, even if you're in a 9-to-5 but you're working from home and you want kind of like an hour's time to really focus in with people, then this is the perfect way to be able to do that alongside Mike and myself. Just set the timer, and we obviously say what we want to get through, set the timer, we go, and we come back and say, look, this is what we got through, this is what we didn't. And just having that, I guess, person on the other end, I mean, you'll be able to see us, we won't be able to see you, and we'll be able to open this up so that you can actually join later on, and we'll open the floor to other companies, other people, to talk about their businesses. But this is what it's all about, just to give a little bit of a 1% push on productivity.
Yeah, and in my case, it was a much more than 1%. So, yeah, it was good to get on.
Well, let's hope we can actually continue to push that on. I mean, I find it really, really useful getting it through. And like, it's typically the stuff that I can do that, don't worry, I'll do it. And I just push it off. Like, doing that within that slot, really, for me, this week made a massive difference, for sure.
Good. Yeah, good. I think that's the case for a lot of people. I've spoken to others that have their own business, and I think we've seen it as well when we watch other YouTubers that are doing the same thing for themselves. Often, you watch these productivity videos to try and learn some new skills on how to be more productive. But the reality is you're just going to watch another productivity video and not implement any of it. You got to find obviously what works for you. And so far, this is good. So I'm hoping, like you, I'm hoping it will grow to a point where we can invite others to come in, talk about what they're going to do, and feedback on their hour, but also maybe promote some of the work that they do. The good thing here is that Lonelypreneur is not a singular industry. We're going to have multiple industries that are here, so it can work quite nicely as a networking opportunity as well. So that would be interesting to see how that develops.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess that's the pitch. If you're watching this, then if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you, particularly if you're in the description that we just given there. But let's work together and try and nudge that productivity up 1%, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and drive success within ourselves as well. But if you found this useful, please let us know as well. Click that like button. That will help with other people also seeing these conversations. And we're not scripting these, by the way, as you could probably tell. This is like generally just our catch up.
Yeah, that is
And I
poor
think
scripted if this is.
and the whole point is that, you know, if you do run your own business, your week isn't typically going to run the way you want it to. It rarely ever does. Things always happen, and you know, you're always going to have, you know, things that are either a blessing or a curse, and we experience the same thing. So we just get together and talk about it like we have done today, and we'll continue to do that as well as part of the channel, and hopefully you'll find it useful too.
Nice one. That's
Cool.
good. Nice one for
Cheers,
catching
guys.
up. And yeah, hope to see you all soon. And Monday,
Monday
for
yes,
our lock-in.
indeed. All right, catch you later, mate. Cheers.
Nice. See you soon. Bye.